You're not fully being yourself with anybody you interact with. You hide that funny, goofy side of you. Nobody knows you're extremely smart because you're afraid to sound dumb. You didn't wear that shirt because people may not like it. You didn't start that YouTube channel because you're afraid of that feeling of getting 0 views. You don't want to be laughed at. You won't start that business because your parents don't want you to. You don't want the normal life, but everyone wants you to go to college. You're trying so hard to make everyone happy, but you're forgetting the one person who matters most. Yourself. See, we live in a world where everyone loves to document their life. Everyone is judging each other constantly. We are comparing each other's lives all day, every day. Did you see who he's dating now? Did you see where he's working at? Did you see he's trying to be an actor? With all this negativity and very little praise, we have to try our best to not let it get to us. But let's be honest, if the right person in your life gives you negative feedback on your goals or your path in life, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna affect you. It's going to decrease the confidence and desire you had to stay on that path. We want our parents to be proud of us. We want our friends and family to say great things about us. The problem is, as soon as you hear negativity from the right person, you're not as outgoing anymore. You give up on your dreams. You don't walk around with confidence anymore. You're not as happy. You allowed other people's thoughts to creep in your mind and stay there. I'm going to tell you how I overcame that by shifting my mindset. I got this from Alex Hormozi, and this isn't his exact words, but I got it from him. Understand that most people forget that it's your life. It's not theirs. It's not your mom's life. It's not your dad's life. It's not your friend's life. It's yours. And if you let somebody's opinions dictate how you live, eventually you will start to resent them. For example, if I told my girlfriend, hey, there's a guy that teaches people how to become high ticket sales closers, and he helps them get 100 to 200K per year jobs, but he charges 10K for his coaching program. How do you feel about that? And she goes, no, you shouldn't do that. Just save your money and keep trying to move up a position in your job. In a year from now, if I'm still broke, still stressed, and still angry every time I look at my bank account, who am I gonna blame? I'm gonna blame her because she wouldn't allow me to pursue something I know I can have success in. And it's gonna cause resentment in our relationship, which could lead to us ending. So when you're allowing people's opinions and thoughts to affect your decisions, understand that you're increasing the chances of that connection to fade away. And you may be losing an opportunity to reach your full potential in an area you knew you would have succeeded in. The next thing I'm gonna say is, if you don't hear it, don't think about it. Most of the time, people will think about all the negative things they think everyone is gonna say about what they're doing. They're putting extra stress and extra anxiety on themselves by just assuming that everyone around them is gonna think negative about what they're doing. For example, I told a family member that I was starting a YouTube channel, and the way I said it was, you're gonna think this is funny, I started a YouTube channel. And the first thing he said, he was like he looked at me like I'm crazy. He's like, I'm not gonna think that's funny. That's a good thing. I'm glad you started it. That's good. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, oh, he thinks it's cool. He thinks it's good. That's the thing. A lot of people will, just that negative thought, just the negativity, they think everybody's gonna be negative about things they're doing, and that simple thing will prevent them from doing something that they know they want to do and something that they know they can succeed in. So if you don't hear it, don't worry about it, because it's really probably not even a thing. The next thing is, just start learning yourself. Think about why you do the things you do. Say the things you say. Act the way you act. Increase your self-awareness. What makes you happy? What makes you mad? What makes you sad? Why do I care so much about what people are going to say about my outfit? Ask yourself these questions and increase your knowledge about yourself. Something I've started doing recently is praying consistently, making sure that I have time where I'm just sitting down thinking, or I'm pacing back and forth, just thinking about my goals, thinking about what type of person I want to be, visualizing myself succeeding, loving life, achieving everything I want to achieve, and coming up with a plan to do that. A big reason we allow other people's thoughts to take over our mind is because we don't know ourselves. We don't put in the work to know ourselves. We're always on our phones, always hanging out with somebody. You have to make time to learn yourself, because if you don't, it can get to a point where every action you do is based on somebody else's thoughts, and you're at that point, you're not living a life for you. You're living it for someone else. The next thing is, ask yourself, is your future self going to regret the person you are today? And I'm not just talking about business or money. I mean, are you going to regret not being your goofy, funny self in front of people? Are you going to regret hiding that intelligent side of, that confident side of you? People want to see the real you, and if you're afraid to be yourself, understand that you're missing out on an extreme amount of happiness. Hiding that real you could be the reason you're not married yet. It could be the reason you don't have a good group of friends. It could be the reason you're not making the money you want to be making. The world loves authenticity. It loves people who are different. Think about all the millionaires that are weirdos, yet they have millions and millions of loyal fans. Because the world loves people who don't care about what others think. They love people who love themselves.